She ran until she found an old abandoned house. But it wasn't an ordinary house. It was her house. Her parents' house. Why would survivors head here? Maybe to get some fresh air? Or to be alone with his thoughts? Regardless, she really did not want to be back here. Because this house had way too many bad memories. As a matter of fact, the skeleton of her own parents was still here. No one even bothered to bury them. Well, at least that's what she thought. But she checked and saw that the skeletons were gone. And that there was dirt and it was fresh. Someone was here. She looked inside of the house and saw that Survivors was not there. She looked around. Not all over the place. Survivors? Are you here? She looked down and saw the ring. He left it. Why would he leave the ring here? Especially when a ring this important. She looked at it, and she actually admitted that it was actually really beautiful. She actually ended up picking it up. Huh. This is one strange but beautiful ring. She ended up putting it on her finger, not wanting Flowers to do the honors of putting it on for her. Then she shook her head. She grabbed the ring and took it off her finger. No, I'll let him do the honors. She decided to put the ring in her pocket. So that way she can just give it to Flowers and you can put it on her finger. She ended up looking around all over the place. She realized that Super Final Wars was not in the house. She then saw tracks. Luckily, the force was shielding the tracks long enough so Mikasa can actually figure out where they went. She ran into the forest, looking for Super Final Wars. She was hoping that he was nearby. She ended up calling out to him. But no response. She ended up yelling in the forest. That didn't even work either. Regardless, she was going to continue to yell until she can get a response. She heard a crackling in the forest. So she turned around to her right, and hoping that was Super Final Wars. Super Final Wars, I decided that I'll... Before she can answer, she saw something that haunted her dreams. It was a particular... No, it was a familiar bear. This bear, she had a very bad encounter with when she was a child. Her and her mother almost got killed by this bear if it weren't for her father to show up. She backed up to the corner and realized that she didn't bring any weapons. She didn't realize the forest was going to be all the way out here. She closed her eyes Before the bear can even attack, Ines got dragged away instantly. Mikasa looked and heard it screaming out in pain, and hearing bones shatter. Two fireworks came out of the bushes. He hugged Mikasa instantly. Dang it, Mikasa, you gotta learn, one of these things, and I'm not gonna be around all the time to protect you. What if I wasn't around? What if I wasn't near enough in time just so I can save from that stupid bear? You got lucky I was nearby. Hey, Mikasa, why are you even out here? So far, his tone was a bit more, well, dark. It even sounded less happy. It just sounded angry. When he came to face with her, he saw that her eyes were relieved. So, final words? I decided I will marry you. What, seriously? You're seriously gonna marry me? Lisa shook her head, giving him her answer. And then Sir Farmers checked his pockets. Ah, crap, I must have left it here. I picked it up for you. You know, you could have put it on yourself. I want you to do the honors. Sir Farmers grabbed the ring and looked at it. My dad told me to tell you to take really good care of this ring. How come? It belonged to my grandparents. Lisa's eyes were widened. She made the right call when it came to picking up that ring. This ring belongs to your grandparents? Mm-hmm. My father told me that at my grandfather's dying breath, he told him to give this ring to any son or son-in-law he was going to have. And so, I was first born, and my father gave me this ring to give to you. So take care of this. I'll take really good care of it. I promise. Sir Farmers put the ring on her finger. She looked at it and smiled. I'm sorry I didn't give you my answer. No, it's fine. It's fine. I rushed you. It was completely on me. I made a mistake. But I ended up realizing that I shouldn't rush someone when it came to marriage. I know we've been dating for only 4 weeks. And that must have taken a very, very heavy toll on you. The fact that we were only dating for 4 weeks, and with me proposing to you like that early, it seems selfish, and I'm sorry. So, I hope you can forgive me that I made you uncomfortable back there. I forgive you, Super Final Wars. Can you just do one thing for me? What's that? Mikasa was blushing bright red. I want you to make out with me. Seriously? Mikasa shook her head, giving him her answer. But not out here. I don't want any wild animals to have a little show. And don't take me back to where my... Don't worry, I won't. And you should be thanking me I buried your parents. You did that for me? Of course I did. I'll do anything for you. I know a place where we can do it. Sir Flowers grabbed Mix's hand and he led the charge. She followed him, not complaining, but she was blushing bright red like crazy. Mainly because this was going to be her first time. And so, she was prepared. When they arrived to this very similar cabin where Sir Flowers saved Mikasa from the kidnappers. Aaron may have given her his scarf, but Sir Flowers was the one who saved her life from the kidnappers when they were a lot more younger. This brought up some good memories to Mikasa. When they enter inside, they're looking around for a bed where they can lay up on. I won't mind if we do it on the floor. Are you sure? Because the amount of splinters, and I don't want you to get any splinters, to be honest. Sir Flowers, I can handle it. Sir Flowers refused and looked around. Luckily, he saw an old curtain that he can use, so Mikasa can lay on it. He grabbed it and yanked it off. Here, use this. Mikasa was still blushing like crazy. Sir Flowers was blushing a little bit, but not too much. You know, if you want, we can wait for tomorrow. Nah, I don't want to. Plus, I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to wait until we're at Osmabito's land, or in her country, where we can have our alone time. We waited long enough. Plus, I want this Final Wars more than anything. Okay, just to let you know, when I start hurting you, just tell me to stop and I'll stop. Okay? Okay. By falling the next day, Sir Flowers woke up. He looked around and saw that Mikasa was still asleep. She's one heavy sleeper. Sir Flowers ended up using his own shirt as a blanket. Well, he actually ended up finding another curtain that he can use, so that way Mikasa can have a blanket. For Final Wars, he had no need to use a blanket. His body was basically a heater itself. But besides of that, he was fine.